Hello student, today I am going to derive a relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. What is kinetic energy? So kinetic energy, the energy possessed by a body due to its motion is called kinetic energy. The general expression for kinetic energy is half mv square. And linear momentum, what is momentum? Actually, momentum is the motion content in a body. If the body is moving, body possesses momentum. A body is at rest, then momentum of the body is zero. So it is measured as the product of mass and velocity. To derive this relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum, we are considering a particle of mass m moving with a velocity v. Then kinetic energy of the particle is given by E suffix k equal to half mv square. We know the general expression for kinetic energy is half into mass into square of the velocity. Here we are just multiplying numerator and denominator by m, multiplying and dividing by m, multiplying and dividing by m. Now m into m is square, so mv whole square by 2m. As we know, momentum P equal to mv, product of mass and velocity of a particle, is called momentum. It is measured as the product of mass and velocity. So we can write Ek equal to mv is P, momentum, P square by 2m. So kinetic energy is equal to square of the momentum is divided by 2 times of mass. This is the relation between kinetic energy and momentum. Or another way we can write, or P square equal to cross product 2m Ek. So P equal to root over 2m Ek. This is the another relation. Both are same. This is the relation between momentum and kinetic energy. This is the relation between kinetic energy and momentum. Now I will discuss about power. How will define power? Actually, power is the rate of doing work. Rate of doing work is called power. It is measured as the amount of work done in unit time. The amount of work done in 1 second or unit time is called power. So power P equal to, if work done is W, W by T. So power is defined as amount of work done per unit time. Now instantaneous power. Define instantaneous power. Instantaneous power is defined as the limiting value of the average power of of an object in a small time interval when the time interval approaches 0. So instantaneous power can write, so it is average power. If you write average power, so a small amount of work is done, small amount of work dw, small work dw, small amount of del w by del t. So this is the average power. So if you take limiting value of the average power, limit you have to take limit del t tends to 0. If this time is very small, which tends to 0, then how much work is done? That is called instantaneous power. So one thing keep in mind, if you put limit, then time tends to 0. Time is very small. It is approaches towards 0. So del w by del t. So in calculus, this form we can write limit del t tends to 0, del w by del t we can write as dw by dt. So this is called instantaneous power. P equal to dw by dt. So this is instantaneous power. So another form we can write of this power, we know small work done F dot ds, when F is the force applied on a body, if the body is displaced through a small displacement ds, then small work done, that is in vector form F dot ds. So if you differentiate both sides dw by dt with respect to time, d of dt F dot ds, so dw by dt equal to f ds by dt. So you know ds by dt, rate of change of displacement, is called velocity. Rate of change of displacement is called velocity. So and dw by dt you can write p. Just now you got it, instantaneous power dw by dt. So p equal to f dot v. This is another form of power, f dot v, or we can write fb cos theta. A dot b equal to ab cos theta, f dot v equal to fb cos theta. Is it clear now? Now, dimensional formula and unit of power. Dimensional formula and unit of power. So dimensional formula of power is power is work done by T, W by T, power P equal to, so work is dimension of work, m L square T to the power minus 2 and time is T. So this is m L square T to the power minus 3. This is the dimension of power. Mass is 1, length is in 2 and time is in minus 3. SI unit of power is watt or joule per second. You see P equal to W by T. So unit is work, W is work and unit is joule and time is second. So joule per second. Its special name is a watt. So 1 watt equal to 1 joule per second. 1 kilowatt equal to 1000 watt. 1000 watt is in 1 kilowatt. If it is 1 megawatt, then 10 to the power 6 watt, 10 to the power 6 watt is called 1 megawatt. And 1 horsepower, 746 watt. 746 watt is called 1 horsepower. Now I want to say conservative and non-conservative forces. Conservative force. A force is said to be conservative if the work done by the force in moving a body between any 2 points is independent of the path followed. So say a body is moving from A point to B point, from A point to B point, another is B point to A point. So this is conservative force because so it is independent of the path. It depends on initial point and final point. It is independent of the path. So if work done by a force is independent of the path followed by a particle or object, then it is called conservative force. Or another way you can say a force is said to be conservative if the work done by the force in a moving a particular body along a closed path is 0. Here if you see, if the one force applied that the body is moving from A to B, this one direction, so a force will be positive we take, and here force will be negative, opposite direction. So work done will be ultimately will be 0. One is positive and a negative, resultant is 0. So this type of force is called conservative force. Example gravitational force. So gravitational force is a conservative force. Now non-conservative force. Non-conservative force. A force is said to be non-conservative if the work done by the force in moving a body over a closed path is non-zero. Here in this case, conservative force, work done by a force in moving a body along a closed path is 0, then it is called conservative. If it is along a closed path is non-zero, then it is called non-conservative force. Example, frictional force. So frictional force is non-conservative force. Thank you.